This is Handshow new retractable electric running board for your R1S. It's also available for the R1T. So we have them now ready for the 2025 as well as 2024 or prior. So you can see there it works with the door opening and closing. So it retracts underneath your vehicle, which gives you more of a clean look and aerodynamic while you're cruising. It comes in one box. You have two lightweight running boards, one for the left, right side, with 3 brackets for each side of the vehicle. First, what you want to do is remove the tray from your front cargo space. And this gives you access to the power and also be able to fish the wires through the panels to the running boards as well as to the cabin canvas connector. So that's how it looks like without the tray. Very easy to remove. This is the quick adapter that connects to the passenger side front seat on the A-pillar to your canvas adapter. So what you want to do first is remove the side trim, and then underneath your glove box there is another trim to remove the panel. So using the pry tool, you will be able to pry open from the top corners and then getting more access to the bottom trim. It pops right out. There are a few screws, hex screws, that you want to remove prior to popping them out. And then disconnect the puddle lights or your footwell lights. And then now disconnect this harness and then connecting the Handshow adapter, locking it in and reconnecting it to the other side. Don't worry, this won't mess with your computer system. It basically signals the run when the door is open and closed. So it's a one-way communication. Here are the wires. Really, there's only 4 wires from that computer module. One goes from the power source into the cabin, into connecting that harness adapter that you just installed. And you want to fish this through. Next to the vent, there's an opening at the firewall with a grommet. Using a fish tool, you want to push the fish wire through that opening and then taping the other end with electrical tape with the smallest wire from the computer module, and then fish it all the way through, leaving some slack for you to be able to still have the computer module on the floor of where your front tray is located. So that's the wire that you will be fishing through, the smallest of the 4. And then there's a second smallest of the 4. This connects to the battery. So this is the battery source where it gets power to the actual running board. So red to red and black to black. So you want to install the black first, then the red. And then you have 2 other wires, and these go straight to the middle bracket of the running boards. And that is the motorized bracket. You want to fish it through next to where the wheel well is located. Fish it through. You want to fish it from the bottom up and then pull it through with electrical tape, just like you did earlier to the canvas adapter. And all these wires are protected with this casing, which gives it a clean look and is waterproof. So that's the computer module. And you'll zip tie all this down after you finish with the installation. The computer module sits on the bottom. As you can see there, the power source, red to red. Red is on the passenger side, but when you're looking at it, it's on the left side. And then the other 2 wires fish through next to the wheel wells. And that is pretty much the most difficult part of this installation. So now we're just fishing the other side over. Again, same process as you did for the driver's side. See, there's an opening right there where other wires are already pre-existed there to fish through. And again, you'll zip tie everything down afterwards. So this is just another angle on how it was fished through. So you want to make sure it comes through right in between the trim and the wheel wells. So this will give you that clean look, and afterwards you will zip tie it to the actual fender. So there's 3 bolts on the bottom that you want to remove. This has no connection to your battery. These are essentially a location where the bracket will be mounted. So 2 large bolts and a small one for each bracket install. And once you have the bracket installed, you line it up with where the original bolts are at and use the same bolts that you remove. Keep in mind, we already removed the plastic trim before we had access to these bolts. So those trim, again, you just unclip those and it comes right off. So right now we're tightening up the actual bracket. This is the front ones. So the front and the rear ones do not have a motor. The middle one is where you will be placing the motorized bracket. And you can do this manually, but we highly recommend getting an impactor to be able to do this quickly and be able to fish the wires without using up all your strength. So there's the wire running to the middle of the actual bracket itself, and we zip tie 3 along with the 4th one towards the front tire. We did the same for the other side. And the rear bracket, again, no motor for the front or the rear. Only the middle bracket has a motor. So keep in mind when you're doing this installation. Once you have all the bracket in place, pull out the actual bracket arm and then place the running board on top. This is also very tricky. You want to align it precisely. Get the couple screws on either end, and that will help you align the rest of the bracket. It really is a precise installation at this point. You want to make sure it measure between the distance of the back mud guards or the front ones evenly to where the bracket is on both sides. So ideally to have 2 people do this, but if you're by yourself, just make sure that you have something supporting or at least one arm holding it on. Again, we're getting this installed at the Hand Show Installation Center in Santa Ana. Their address is in the description of this video. But this video is also for those that don't live near the area. Then you can use this video to help you guide with your installation. If you happen to be in Southern California, highly recommend taking a trip out to Hand Show Installation Center to get it installed. They have installed many of these electric running boards. They know what they're doing, and they can get it done for you within 3 hours or so. So it's definitely worth the price to pay somebody to do this so you don't mess it up. But if you don't have the luxury of being nearby, then this video should help you get through the installation if you want to do it yourself. So again, just putting all the small bolts back onto the bracket and the actual running board. So now you can see there, it works flawlessly. The mode is very quiet. It works when the door is open. It automatically invite you to step on it, and then once the door is closed, then it retracts itself. And it works for both doors. So either one or both doors are open, the running boards will present itself, and when it's closed, it will retract. And it works very precisely as you open the door. And after you're done with that, put everything back in reverse order. Put the tray back in the front, and again, get this installed at Hand Show Installation Center if you are in Southern California. I'll post the description and details in the description of this video. And then place the cover back inside the passenger side. This is where you connect that adapter to your canvas. Screw it back in. Make sure everything is tucked away. And that is it. Installation done. You can get this done within 2 to 3 hours, even if it's your first time. Follow the directions, and this will be a game changer. As an owner, or even if you're a passenger, it helps getting in and out of the Rivian very easy. And also, it gives it a clean look because it retracts itself. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Catch you all next time.